Welcome back to The Breakfast Show with me, Wakwan. Now, I've been talking to Mr. Dina Das, an anger management counselor. Now, he's been trying to get Malaysians to control and manage their anger for the past 10 years, is that right? Wow, that's a long time to be working with angry people. Do you ever lose your patience with do you ever people, is it ever so hard to try and get people not to be angry that you get angry with them?
I don't know. I don't think our approach is about trying to get them to not be angry. That's repression.
True.
We try to get them to understand where anger lies within their body.
Okay.
I'll give you a simple example. Imagine you're right now very angry.
Okay.
You've lost it, okay? And if I ask you, how are you feeling? You might say, I am angry. But that is a fundamental error. Because you can observe your mind. And you can tell me the state of your mind. Right now you can tell me that your mind is calm.
Right.
When you're upset, you can tell me my mind is upset. But when you misidentify yourself with your mind, then you're in trouble. And that's what happens when you get angry. The intellect is supposed to control the mind and direct it. But when you become angry, the mind takes over, covers over the intelligence. That's why you lose your rationality, and that's why you do stupid things, and then it does whatever it wants. But because you've identified with the mind, you're in cahoots with the enemy.
Right.
You're actually cooperating with that person or that part of you that is actually destroying you. And then later when you calm down and eventually your intelligence rises back in your normal constitutional position,
and then you feel bad.
Then you start feeling bad, and then you can't understand why, and you think, I'm a bad person. And if you start judging yourself about it, it doesn't help either.
True. So would you say that anger can actually lead to, depression and stress as well, or?
Yes, it could lead to all kinds of terrible problems. The people around a person there's two types of people. Some people, everyone has anger. When we get angry, sometimes we control it. Maybe we practice techniques to control our anger.
Right.
But there's some people who've just become addicted to it. And amongst those who are addicted to it, like alcoholics, you'll have those who have admitted the problem and are seeking help, and those who have not admitted it don't realize it, and then the family members suffer like anything.
Right.
Ever since the article came out about our anger management classes in the Star newspaper on the 15th, many people have been phoning up in both these categories. One category saying, I need help, I'm trying to give it up and I can't, my wife has left me 3 times, and she said, this is the last time if I don't get it over,
Okay.
So I need help, I have to seek help. And the other type is where the family members call and say, my husband or my brother, he's addicted to anger, but he doesn't know it, what can we do?
Right.
So we've created some programs. We've made an e-group on the internet.
Yeah.
Where if you send a message.
Yes, you're saying you've got a.
Yes. If you send a message to. This is the web address.
Okay. www.yahoogroups.com/groups/ Hang on, let me just hold this up so we can have a look at this.
Yes.
Let me see if we can focus on that.
/anger management.
/anger MGT. Yeah. And then and what's the other one? You can actually send a blank email, is that right?
Yes, you send it into the group, and within a few minutes it'll automatically send you back these PowerPoint presentations on anger management and conflict resolution in personal and working relationships.
Wow.
And we suggest that after understanding a little about anger, that anger sits in my mind, and if I want, I can try to control my mind. That's the beginning. If you don't, but if you misidentify with the mind, you can't begin to control it.
True.
And then on a personal basis, we are also doing this. We are having a free public talk where we will speak and present our anger management concept.
Right. It's the first
first Monday of every month at the Safety Driving School, which is in front of the, just opposite the Asia Jaya LRT station, behind the SO station.
Right.
And on the third Mondays of every month, we are actually going to create a little support group for meeting for people who've asked for help.
Right.
So if you're trying to give up anger and I'm trying to give it up, let's meet, let's support each other and help. And we're also trying to get some help from Alcoholics Anonymous, who are experienced in this line, to guide us.
Yeah, true. Wow. Okay, so how has the feedback been? I mean, because I know that Asia is a slightly more emotionally repressed sort of country than most other places. A lot of people, they don't really want to open up about their emotions, especially anger and the emotions that would lead to anger.
Yes.
So what's the response like to your classes and things?
The response has been good. So far I've been doing it in a smaller scale, in little groups of people that I know.
Right.
But those who have taken it have responded very well. Ever since of course it's become a little high profile since the article appeared in the Star, and many people phoned up, and after getting the PowerPoint show, there was one gentleman who was 60 years old, and he phoned me twice. He said, I just want to thank you from the bottom of my heart.
Wow.
He said, I never knew that I could control my mind. Because you misidentify with the mind while you're angry, you see, and understanding this flipping of the intellect and the mind when you calm down, then it helps you to not be judgmental on yourself and just understand, no, I have to take precautions and make sure that I don't allow this slip up to take place.
True. But, I mean, a lot of people think, I'm just getting angry, it's not a big deal. But actually, there's quite a lot of cases where, I mean, anger can be one of the biggest causes of things like murders and stuff like that. Is that right?
Yes, we have this article. This is from the Star on the 21st of April. It's information released by the Internal Security Ministry. And the spokesman says there had been 20 murder cases resulting from arguments that went out of control just within the first 60 days of this year. So that's one murder every 3 days.
And that's just from anger.
And don't talk about people who may have broken somebody's arm or beaten him up or emotionally abused him.
True.
I'd like to take this concept one step further.
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah.
Calming the anger is one thing. Don't shout, don't speak, don't do anything when you're angry. Separate yourself from the source of the disturbance and at a quiet place punch a wall or write a nasty letter to the person and don't show it to him. There are many suggestions we give in our anger management slideshow.
Right. Okay.
But that doesn't solve the problem because the hurt is inside. Pain may be inside, the anger may be inside. So you have to do the other thing, which is learn how to introspect and figure out where the root of your problem is. If I'm angry with my wife and I take it out on my staff, that's really unfair.
True, because that's another problem too, isn't it? I mean, you can be angry about one thing, and then for the rest of the day, every other little thing will just really tip you off because you've already got that.
Because you've gone into what we could call the mental platform, and you're riding on the chariot of your mind, thinking I am the mind. It's a roller coaster, because the intellect is not there. And it's very sublime, the change when it comes back and it goes. But if you start looking, you'll identify when it changes.
Right.
But you're not looking for it. Like they say in surgery, the eye does not see what the mind does not know.
True. Wow. So what are a few things we can actually do if we, I mean, let's say I get angry, and what can I do to try and, sort of control it?
Very
Simple
good.
things.
When you're calm, download the PowerPoint shows that we've created, all right? And then remember that when you're angry, sit down and go through the second slideshow, which is the one that's called Conflict Resolution in Personal and Working Relationships.
Right.
And how it works is this. I can give you a preview of it here.
Okay.
Ask yourself some questions. There's more to it than this, but this is one of them. First of all, isolate the relationships involved.
Okay.
For example, if you're fighting with your wife and she's, maybe you're temporarily separated, but you have a daughter.
Okay.
Don't spoil your relationship with the daughter just because you're having trouble with your wife.
True.
Okay, and now we have to ask ourselves, is there a relationship involved? Sometimes there's no relationship involved. Like road rage is a ridiculous case. You don't know the guy, he's a stranger.
True.
We have a slogan, we say, save your energy, fight with those people who really love you. And there's a reason for that.
Yeah, that's true though, yeah. But it's something easier, isn't it, just to get angry with a stranger, especially in cars, because there's no face to get angry with, is that right?
That's because it's an excuse. You haven't maintained your psychological health well enough, so it's like a pressure cooker and there's no valve, and then you keep bursting here and there, and it's very, very bad. It's a sign of many other things unresolved within your life.
Okay.
So now you have to ask yourself whether a relationship is involved. Then ask yourself, is it a working relationship?
Okay.
Or is it a personal one?
Right.
Or is it both? Imagine it's your wife and you're both working in the same company. You could have a little more difficulty there. It requires a lot of maturity.
True, yeah.
Now, how do you understand whether or not the relationship is mutual?
Okay.
You have to ask yourself some questions. First, ask yourself, do I respect that person?
Okay.
Do I care for that person?
Okay.
Do I want this relationship with the person? Do I want to establish it? Do I want to continue it? Or do I want to terminate it?
Okay.
These questions have nothing to do with the issue in front of you. The details of the problem are not relevant.
Okay.
Then you ask yourself the same set of questions for the other person. Does that person respect me? Does that person care for me? Does that person want this relationship with me, to establish it, to maintain it, or to terminate it? Having established that, then you have to seek commitment from that person to the relationship. And you should be equally committed as well. And this is where the root of the problem really is. People don't communicate, and we have insecurity.
True.
Sometimes we hurt our loved one because we want to see if they get hurt, that means they care for us.
I'm sure there's a lot of couples out there who have probably never even dared to ask each other the questions on this one sheet.
They do, up till the time they get married. And then they've got no time to talk.
That's true, yes.
So we suggest you spend 1 hour once a week for a permanent meeting at a park outside your home, outside your office, say 7 o'clock to 8 o'clock every Wednesday at that park. Even if one party can't make it because of a meeting, it doesn't matter. Sit there and write a letter to him, so that time belongs to your relationship. And you should talk only about the relationship, not about any problem.
Well, it's